yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. I'm glad this week is over. I need to get away. Go home and throw my clothes on. Come get you right away. Can't wait to see you looking lovely. I hope you're thinking of me. Cause all I want is time with you and don't need nothing more.
Friday evening or afternoon. Is it afternoon or evening? I guess it's evening somewhere, right? It's evening life if you're on the East Coast.
Right.
All right, I'll give you that. Hey, Erin. So I'm introducing you to my new friend here, Mia.
Hi.
Hey, Mia.
Hey.
So Mia and I met on Instagram, right?
Yeah,
Woo!
we did.
Okay, so let me tell y'all. Y'all know I'm really big on networking with Black women entrepreneurs. I'm always trying to find us and talk to us and meet us, and especially if we're in Dallas. So I feel like I just need to know everybody that's in my community and build my tribe out. So I found her on Instagram, and she has this amazing line of skincare products. So let me tell y'all about her. So this is her bio I'm going to read to you guys. It says, in the heightened era of highlighting and contouring, ZenSkin Co.'s founder and creator, Mia, began a YouTube channel to help women with simple makeup routines and lipstick choices. However, she began to see that even with the prettiest enhancements, something was missing internally. That's good. Thus, ZenSkin Co. was created to speak life into each person through their skin. ZenSkin Co. consists of aphrodisiac body oils. We're going to have to talk about that. Body butters and facial skincare products. By adding an affirmation to each handmade natural product, it confirmed that beauty truly starts within. ZenSkin Co.'s mission is to create an experience through skincare by strengthening the mental clarity and providing outward confidence. Each person can create their own glow. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, she also has her own podcast, and we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. But tell me, okay, so how did you get into skin?
Man, so I've been doing something in skincare, I know, since I was probably about 15. So once I started to see, like, okay, I'm really loving what skin looks like, and I wanted people to feel confident. I never really had, like, acne issues or anything like that, but I started to see, like, okay, I'm oily. Why am I super, super oily? And then, you know, of course, YouTube. I don't know if you heard of the milk of magnesia trick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was doing that, and I was like, okay, something has to give. Like, so I started to really look into everything, and then just finding different type of products. So I was spending all of my money. I was working at PetSmart at the time, and I was like 16, but I was making $10 an hour. So $10 an hour at 16, like, you bringing in, right? I was bringing in some good money. So I would go to Sephora literally every Friday, and I'm picking out different lipsticks, different skincare, something that I was looking forward to, and it just really took off from there.
Okay, that's fair. Now, you know, look, Sephora, Ulta, anything like that. Shout out to my good friend, Emeka, who has her own. Have you heard of Emeka? Have you met Emeka yet?
Oh, she was at is she an older lady?
No.
So I may be thinking about another person, because it was somebody similar name was at Dallas Startup Week, and had some products that was there. So
Emeka just launched an online store of melanin-inspired beauty products.
Oh, cool.
And she's here in Dallas. And, you know, her site, everything is amazing. She has everything from, like, Scotch Porter for, you know, men. She has men's grooming products, women's grooming products, all that stuff.
Oh, that's dope.
So you need to connect with her, because you need to get some of your products on her.
We'll definitely have to talk.
Mecca, if you watching, I'm gonna make this plug.
Yes.
This is an online,
Yes.
just reminder that I will do that. But the reason that when I was reading your bio and we talked a little bit about this, that I really was interested in bringing you on is because I've been in business for 7 years. Of course, I always, like I said, love connecting with Black women entrepreneurs. But for myself, it took me a long time to want to get out in front of the camera, to even do something like this was like a stretch for me, because I struggled with adult acne and hormonal acne. It was really bad. I mean, I still have like underlying cysts under my skin. Shout out to my dermatologist, Dr. Janine Chappelle. If you watching this, girl, she is a bomb Black woman dermatologist here in Dallas. But to talk about like exuding confidence and creating something for us that makes us feel good,
right.
So,
that's really kind of how it started. So a little bit about my backstory. I started to do YouTube videos about 2015, and I was in a relationship at the time, and the relationship was good. And I wasn't a new mom, but my daughter was, I think, about 5 or 6 at the time. So I was just like, okay, what can I do to help moms out? Do these simple mommy makeover videos, something real quick. And the lipstick choices that I would find, they were like $4 or $5. So I'm like, I'm not spending. We don't have the extra money to spend, right? To have kids, like makeup just wasn't that thing. And so I started to do these videos, and then I hit depression. I ended up getting out of my relationship, and it just spiraled. And I was wearing full face makeup in 120-degree weather. Like, that was right when I moved here. And, like, I had never seen weather like that, like, here in Texas. And so it was super hot that summer. And I was like, you are crazy. Like, you out here sweating all your makeup off, your eyebrows, everything, because you're not comfortable in who you are. And I just wasn't happy. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how I felt. And I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. So I did this whole self-therapy thing, and I started to journal. I started to do like these gratitude journals, just saying, I got to do this today. I didn't have to do it, but I got to do this. And then I started to look at affirmations and was like, what is it about me? And then I realized, like, okay, beauty comes from within. It's definitely not skin. Yeah, that's cool. But if you're not right on the inside, then nothing else is going to show outwardly.
Yeah, because I know some ugly folks.
And they're gorgeous, gorgeous on the outside. But once they open up their mouth, it's like
trash.
Right. So I just started to really write out affirmations, and that's kind of how ZenSkin company just really bloomed for me. But I was like, confidence-wise, I never had a problem with posting a picture, but I was posting pictures for the wrong reason, because I was needing validation. So I would post, and I had over 300 lipsticks. I kid you not. I counted them out one day from one of my YouTube videos, and I had 300. For what? Like, I wear maybe 20 of them.
Right.
Why do I have 300? But I knew what my cycle looks like. It was whenever I got into a dark space, I went out and I bought lipstick. I went out and bought makeup. So that was my confidence build for me to be like, okay, yeah, you're going down this road. So instead of stress eating, I was stress buying. And then I would post a picture on Instagram for likes, because that made me feel like I was being validated. And somebody tell me, oh, girl, that lipstick is real cute. Like, I wasn't doing it because I just wanted to show you what I had. I was doing it because I needed you to boost me up, so I felt a certain type of way. And I was like, oh, girl, you tripping for real. Like, you have a problem, and this is not okay. So I took a step back. I deleted everything off my Instagram, and I was like, how do I find my confidence again? How do I reach out for women who are just like me, who are going through something just like me? What do we need to do? So I wrote out my affirmations, and one of my first affirmations that I still actually use to this day was, I give myself grace and patience, and I'm kind to myself. I allow myself to feel. And that was something that was so strong for me in so few words, because it allowed me to be like, okay, it's okay. It's okay. Take your time. It's okay. And then that confidence just started coming back, and I began to put myself out in front of people, but not for validation, because I felt like, okay, now I know what I'm talking about. Now I know what I'm doing. Now I know my purpose and my passion. So it's not for your validation, because I don't care. I could post a picture and I get 10 likes.
Right. And then
Okay.
what happens?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So, because somebody's not going to like it. Somebody's not going to do those things. And so, yeah, that's been it. It's just that started that thing for me and helping other women to just really get their confidence that way. Because I know so many people who hide behind their skin and then feel like they have to just layer on top of it. But it's like, yeah, you layer the makeup on top of it. But if you're not okay and comfortable with what you look like when you go to bed at night,
yeah,
you're going to get up in the morning and do it all over again, and you putting on a face for somebody else who don't really care.
Right. And that's my thing. So I have never, and let me preface this by saying I love makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I got enough of it at home. I have a love relationship for real with Ulta and Sephora.
Yeah, those points are everything.
Let's talk about this is so random. But let's talk about the birthday gifts.
I just got mine May 5th. Yes, so I only go now because I get my stuff online. So I only go into the store for my gift. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Listen, ladies watching this, if y'all don't subscribe to Ulta and Sephora,
right,
to get those points and to get those birthday
and get your birthday gift.
You need to get your life.
What did I get from from Ulta this year? I got the Lancome. It's some white. I don't do lashes, but it's something that's supposed to like lengthen your lashes out. I don't really think it did anything, but the fact that it was Lancome and I didn't have to pay for it, I was like, I'm gonna use this every day, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. They give you good stuff. It's like good designer makeup,
right?
But I have a lot, like I said, I have makeup, and I'm kind of like what you said. I'll buy makeup just because I'm in the store and I'm feeling a certain way, and I'm like, oh well, let me make myself feel better. And nail polish, that's my other thing. And I buy nail polish and then don't even paint my nails. But anyway, I said all that to say, I don't even wear the makeup.
Right.
After, I'll buy it and put it on and, special occasions. But I had to get to a point where I didn't care. Because I wasn't about to be out here sweating in the middle of this Texas heat wearing all this makeup. But I had to get to a point where I literally did not care about not wearing makeup on a day-to-day basis. You might find me with some good old lip gloss on. I'm going to comb my eyebrows and, put some, I may put some, today I have nothing. I have lip gloss on. That's it. But I think that it's so important to speak to that because all you see right now is beat faces and long wigs.
Listen, and so being from Atlanta, I'll tell you this. There was a point where that's when the long weaves had just started coming out and mainstream so consumers could get them. And I remember I was looking at a group of girls and it was like 3 or 4 of them. They had turned around and you could not tell who was who from behind because they looked the exact same. And I was like, this is sad. You want big booties and long hair.
Yes.
But it's like, but what else? And now you got these eyelashes that are like the ones that's floating off your face.
Like,
the butterfly.
Snuffleupagus.
Oh my God. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like if that makes you feel okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that we put so much onto social media. We put so much into society where we feel like this is what we're supposed to look like. And I was so happy when the whole natural thing came about because I cut my hair first. And I've been locked for now 2 years, but I cut my hair 9 years ago. 9 years ago, there was nothing on YouTube that was teaching you how to do your hair. My mom was like, what is wrong with you? Are you going through something? Why did you do this? And I'm just like...
My uncle was calling me Macy Gray in the beginning. I've been natural since 2005. So, it was nothing.
It was nothing. And so, that's what I look at is that we are beautiful women, period. And of course, nobody is like, okay, well, they're not going to be attracted to me the first thing. I said, but when you walk into a room, you should be able to command attention. It doesn't matter what you have on, what you look like. You should be able to command the attention. And because you're a woman.
You're queenly. Like your energy, if it's right, and if it's on, like you said, it should make people stop and take note of who you are because if you carry yourself a certain way and you're not doing what everybody else is doing,
right, you
are gonna stand out.
You just are. And so it's just, I feel like we were lacking so much And I was tired of looking at the same thing, like me being natural, and then all of my friends around me were wearing weaves at the time, and I was like, I refuse. And I can't sit and get no sew in, like my head start itching and start hurting. I can't, right? So I'm like, I'm spending money on what? Well, I don't want to do that. So what is it that I can find about me that's going to make me feel better? And I'm like, okay, so now you're not by yourself. You know that there's other women that's out here. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm going to bring up this tribe of people that's around me, and I'm going to share what I've learned and what I've gone through and my self-therapy, and then I'm going to spread it to you. And the only thing that you can do is take that knowledge, or you can give it to somebody else. So either way, it's going to get around. Right. Either way it is. So it's just like, all right, what you going to do with it?
I love that. I love that you recognized where you were off course, mm-hmm. or where something wasn't right. You know, sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. I can speak to my own experience. I've been going through something, mm-hmm. all right? Something. I ain't going through it no more. Mm-hmm. But I had been, in a dark place. And just getting to the place where it's like, wait a minute, Chanel, something is off with you. Yeah. You're not feeling right. Your body hurting, you're looking at yourself a little differently, you doubting yourself, like all these negative things that either society or, just self, if you go into like a, what's the word I want to say, like kind of like cruise control, mm-hmm. your mind and your energy can take you into all different types of places, but to recognize that you were off and then say, hold on, let me put a hard pause on this. Mm-hmm. Let me get myself together. And then let me spread it to somebody else. Mm-hmm. Like, that's super dope.
Because I'm going to see the beauty in you. At the end of the day, and the first thing I see is I'm going to see the beauty in you because I am you and you are me. So if I see that, then why wouldn't I be able to give what I have? Because it does me no good to keep it to myself. It does me no good. And I think that's the difference when it comes to finding women and finding that tribe that we look for. If they're keeping all this information for themselves, that's not who you need to be around. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's just like you ask somebody, "Oh, girl, where you get that from?" They're like, "Oh, I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
I don't need to be around you.
Oh, girl, I like your earrings."
Listen, because you told me you like my earrings when I came in, girl. $7.99 at Fashion Nova, okay?
Hey, come on.
So that's all I'm saying. It's just there's no reason why, and so starting that years ago, and finding just what I needed, and then saying, okay, let me spread this now to other women. And so, like, even on my Instagram with my business now, every Monday I do an affirmation. Every single Monday, and I send out a newsletter, and that's for you. Like, yeah, it helps me, but that part is for you to say, I'm doing this, and I'm speaking this over myself weekly. And so now that I'm speaking this over myself weekly, it doesn't matter what is going on. This is my day-to-day. This is what I'm going to say. This is how I'm going to affirm who I am, and then we're going to go from there. So you got to figure out how to bounce back. It's okay to sit in whatever you're sitting in, but you got to realize who you are, mm-hmm. and boss up, and then say, all right, cool, I'm back.
Put your big girl panties on.
You got to put your big girl panties on.
And make it happen. I love that. So we got some comments in here, and y'all know we are very interactive on this show. So if you have any questions, comments, whatever you want to share, go forth and prosper and do that. So, I told y'all I met Mia on Instagram, and we connected, and it was all love. And then we ended up in a group of Dallas women entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. And when you were talking about the tribe, I have to take a pause here to shout this group out.
Every last one of them are amazing.
My God. Like,
they're amazing.
So, if y'all, so first of all, being an entrepreneur is sometimes lonely. Mm-hmm. It's sometimes, treacherous. It's sometimes confusing, or you don't feel like you know where to find your tribe. But just being in that group and seeing people that I already followed on social mm-hmm. media, and it's like, oh, I know mm-hmm. you now, and that's you, and girl, mm-hmm. you're doing this, and just celebrating and congratulating one another, and all of that. It has just been so cool. So I said that to say, now you just had an experience, mm-hmm. speaking of skin, mm-hmm. with one of the ladies in the group. Yes. We're going to shout her out. She don't even know that, but I hope you're watching, Janitria.
Yes, so Janitria Oliver over at Fancy Skin, she got my skin right. So even being in skincare, I had never had a facial. And she was like, Mia, you've never had a facial? Never. I've done them myself at home. Like I have the steamer. I have I'm a tourist. I don't like to spend money. Yeah. So no, for me, it's just like, oh, if I can do it myself, like I'm kind of good. But I feel like now I would never do another facial by myself, ever. Oh, wow. Because she was amazing. She was amazing. So, yeah, if you're here in the Dallas area, Fancy Skin is over off of West Parker Road in Plano. Go. Just follow her online. It's PHANCY Skin. So, yeah, everywhere on Instagram and her website as well.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, she's great.
I'm coming. I've been watching her. Like I said, I've been watching her on social media for a while. Mm-hmm. But now, after this testimony, and I'm looking at this glow, I'm like, shoot, I need to go get me.
Thank you. Yeah, but even going back to the group, you know, I had been in that group on Facebook for a while, and like you said, you know, being an entrepreneur is lonely, especially if you are working from home. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't get out and get that adult interaction anymore, unless it's something like this, or you know, I'm going to the store and I'm meeting somebody. Normally, I'm just at home by myself and I'm working. And those women, just to have a group of Black women who are eager to share their trials, their triumphs, they're not trying to put anybody down. Mm-hmm. And we have this false, I want to say this false idea that Black women don't support each other. And that is a lie.
It's a lie.
It's such a lie, because I think that if you are not able to, I used to say that I didn't have female friends, and I said that when I was younger. But I realized once I went through my whole self-therapy thing is that I didn't have female friends because I wasn't comfortable with who I was.
Yes.
I didn't love who I was. I didn't like parts of myself. And so God is going to give you people that are going to mirror you, right? Mm-hmm. So every woman that I came up against was the person inside of me that I hated.
Y'all,
so
listen at this.
I am, you know, I was like, 17, 18 years old, and all throughout high school, like, I never had girlfriends, ever, until I got to college. And I remember I used to be super angry as a kid, and I prayed before I went off to Savannah State University, and I was like, God, I don't want to be angry anymore. I don't want to hold a grudge anymore. And literally to this day, I'm now 30, and I can't hold a grudge, and I hate it because I'm like, I want to be mad at you. I want to not talk to you, but I can't, because that prayer from over 10 years ago is still there. And so then I found this group of women once I went to college, and I was like, oh, this is different. Like, you're now, these women have peace about themselves. These women have joy about themselves. And I'm like, that after I let all of that stuff go from me, I was able to see it. And so for women who feel like they can't trust women, or they've been harmed by women, or they've, you know, been into these situations, check you.
That's good.
Check you, because it ain't about them. Check you first, because if you check you first, and you're going to be able to see everything else that you need. But you got to check yourself first.
Good. I know for myself that something that rings true to me is that when I am in conflict with someone, or something about them rubs me the wrong way, it's something in me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what about this person is reflecting something to me that I don't like about me?
People we date, everybody that we come up against, it's always, God is going to always give you a mirror. He's going to always give you a mirror. And I learned that, you know, even my pastor, I go to one community church over in Plano. And,
shout out to Conway Edwards.
Yeah, so Pastor Edwards, I don't know if you remember this sermon, but he was talking about the filter on the eye, and like us looking through these rose-colored glasses. And, you know, you can't talk about, now I'm going to get this scripture wrong because I ain't always where I need to be.
It's all right.
But it's basically, you can't talk about the log in somebody else's eye when you got a splinter in yours. Yeah. So that was all in that series, and he was talking about looking at people through certain lenses and filters. And it was like, yo, but if I just love you because I'm supposed to love you, then everything else that you got going on is not going to bother me. And so attaching that to women and to entrepreneurship, it's like, if I just am who I am, then everything else that you do to me is not going to bother me, because I am who I am.
And
so you can't,
I
can't take it personal. But on top of that, if somebody is going to do you wrong and they see that you're just always doing right by them, they're going to end up moving themselves, or they're going to change. because they see that, okay, I can't get over on this person. I can't make them feel any type of way. And so when it comes to like that tribe and females, is okay, so what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you portraying out? What attitude do you have? And I'm not saying, I have my two good girlfriends and that's it. As far as my good friends, those close ones, that's my circle. But I have a tribe of beautiful women that I'm like, man, I can go down my phone at any point and say, hey, let's go out. Like, let's talk. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it's amazing. And I've never had that. And it's such a beautiful thing because we have this power about ourselves. And I told one woman, I said, you have to understand your femininity. You have to understand the power of what that looks like and the power of the P. And it's so strong. It's so strong. And once you get it, it's like, oh shit, I've been waiting. Like, what is this? So it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
I love that. Yeah. So look, we're gonna take a quick break. And we're going to come back because I got a question about this these aphrodisiac oils.
I bet.
Because I just feel like it's going to be interesting. So hold on, y'all. We got a quick commercial break.
Build a brand that grows your business. Let Bright Girl Media take the guesswork out of marketing your business. Our team is dedicated to helping you build a brand that is so powerful it woos your ideal clients. We offer custom website development, email marketing, social media marketing, and more. With membership subscriptions as low as $39 per month, we have solutions for every budget. Let's create a plan of action to make sure your business wins. Visit us at brightgirl.media to learn how we can empower you to reach your goals.
Y'all know all about Bright Girl Media. I tell y'all every week, I help women entrepreneurs grow their businesses. So I build websites, I do social media, I do email marketing. If you need any of my assistance, you all should know how to reach me because you're watching me on Facebook Live or you're listening on one of my channels. So just send me a message. Let me know that you need my help. What you're seeing on the screen, if you are on Facebook Live, you're watching or looking at the Bright Girls Brunch. I have been promoting this brunch and speaking about tribes and powerful women and support and growing your business and just pouring into yourself. If you are in the Dallas area, you are a woman entrepreneur and you are looking to tap into a tribe similar to the one that we are talking about here, and you know that you need some support, you need something, you need some good juju, some good energy, I need you to come in and join us in the room on June 8th. We will be at Blue Mesa Grill in North Dallas. And if y'all know anything about their brunch, my God, it is amazing. And we will have mimosas flowing. So come on and get in the room. If you are still moonlighting or side hustling on your business, we will be giving you strategies on how to exit your 9 to 5 and go into your business full time. And we're just going to have a great time. So y'all see the link is bit.ly/brightgirlsbrunch to get your tickets. And we're back. All right, so the aphrodisiac. Let's talk about these aphrodisiac ones. Let me just say, disclaimer, I know I don't have a boo. But one day I'm going to be married, all right? I need some aphrodisiacs. Somebody on here watching this, they want to know. So what is it?
So I created them because I felt like we weren't smelling like anything anymore, right? And so that was the whole point of the oils. And so I started out with one oil, and then I was like, but why do women have to do it for the men? Like, what do they need for themselves? So then I started to think, and I was like, all right, bet. So the first one, and I should have brought them with me, but the first one that I have is called Seductive Haze. So Seductive Haze is meant to attract. It is tobacco, mango, and vanilla. And so it was truly to be a man's fragrance. But then women got it, and they were like, oh, no, I want this too. So it is a very subtle yet sweet fragrance. It's not strong on vanilla, but the tobacco fragrance is more woodsy, but then it has this sweet undertone to it. And then I have Touch. So Touch is rose and sandalwood. That is strictly for women. Like now, and I wear rose depending on my mood, but I tell people rose is one of those where you can get out the shower and put on sweats and you feel like you're walking around in negligee and high heels.
Hey, come on
That
now.
is, yeah. So that one is specifically for women. And with the oils, you can put them on your pulse point, so behind your ear. But for women, for a touch especially, put it right above your vagina area, and then put it behind your ear too. Because what the rose does, it entices that sexual energy, and the sandalwood is such a sweet fragrance, but it's a woodsy fragrance, but it's one of those that's like, it's so subtle but it's sexy, and you walk past somebody, you're gonna be like, oh, this is it. But the name came because it's gonna make you want to touch yourself. So yeah. And then I have nightcap. Now nightcap is that's the one that is going to ground you and calm you. So after you've now met somebody, after you now relieved yourself, and then you have the nightcap, which nightcap is to bring you both together, to calm you and just to ground you. But it is patchouli, jasmine, and lang lang. So the patchouli, I know, can be a very strong fragrance, but if you burn the patchouli incense when you're in the shower, you're not gonna want to get out the shower, or you're gonna want somebody in there with you. That's what,
She's turning up on
that's
me, y'all.
that's what the patchouli does. But
on me.
it's so, I love that fragrance because I actually put it on before I go to my vending shows because it helps to calm you. And so with that one, it calms you as far as anxiety goes, just to really calm your nerves. And I love that fragrance. I really love it. And then so the oils comes with the body butters, and so because it's summertime, I can't send out the body butters anymore during the mail, but they are available at the pop-ups. So if you're in the Dallas area for the next 2 weeks, or if you're in Atlanta, then I'll be around in that area too. So I love the aphrodisiac oils. I remember I told my mom about it, and I mean, anybody who's nervous talking to their mom about sex or that feel. Yeah. But as the baby, like, I've always kind of pushed the envelope. And so she was like, well, what are you making? And I was like, oh, some oils. She was like, well, what kind? I was like, aphrodisiac. She was like, you eating oysters or something? I was like, I mean, somewhat, I guess, for the feeling. I was like, I've never had oysters, so I don't know what it's like. I said, but these oils, yeah, they're going to make you want to do something. And one of my, as soon as I had made the touch and I had sent it to a girl, she messaged me, and she, this made me smile. And it was like, this is what I do it for. She told me that she hadn't basically been able to be lubricated around her husband. And she was like, it wasn't anything. Yeah, it is rough. And I can even talk about that too, to help some lubrication as far as what women goes. But I'm very sex positive, body positive, everything, because it's natural, right? Yeah. So, but we are so afraid to talk about it. And when she told me, she was like, I hadn't been able to do it, but I was able to use this oil, and it does not go in your vagina at all, ladies. So don't put it in there. But you can put it like around your spots just to kind of increase you as far as the enticing goes. And she was like, we were able to have sex like after a few months that we hadn't been able to. Oh, wow. And I was like, oh, this is great.
Saving marriages,
and that was great. I mean, listen, so seductive haze is one of those, if you're not ready to have conversations, because it's one of those that's going to make somebody, when you walk past them, they're going to stop you and ask you what you have on.
Okay, so give me that one, because I'm going to wear that one all around Dallas, and I'm going to see if this dating life of mine
seductive haze is that one's definitely the best seller. But yeah, I loved it. But anybody who is going through needing lubrication or feel like they're getting dry, because as we get older, like your body changes, hormones change, all of those things. So Slippery Elm, it is you can do it in a capsule, but you take 2 of those, and it has other benefits, but it definitely helps with women and lubrication for them. And cranberry, of course, too. That also helps. Drinking water helps a lot because it's a natural lubricant. Coconut oil, if you put just a little bit on your finger and you slip it up, and that'll give you some relief, because we all experience dryness, especially if you're still experiencing your cycle. 2 days after your cycle, like, a lot of people are just not there. So to give that relief, definitely use the Slippery Elm, the coconut oil, and Slippery Elm works immediately. You can take it, and an hour later, you like, okay, what's going on as far as just. It's there, yeah. So you can get that at like any Whole Foods, Sprouts, any natural food store. You can get it, but just make sure that it's in the veggie capsules, and you'll be good to go. So
yeah, she just educated me. She just put me on. Y'all know I don't talk about sex on my show.
Oh yeah, but it's needed though,
or anything. But I just haven't. Like,
but it's needed because
I'm like,
I just feel like a lot of times, especially with the business that I'm in, because I had no thought process of having aphrodisiac body oils, like at all. I was like, I wanted skincare, something. But when you think about the confidence of women, that's another part.
It is.
And it's a strictly,
you want to feel sexy. You want to feel desirable. You want to feel like, and you
want to smell good. And doing it for you. That's the thing, is doing it for you. Is not doing it for anybody else. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times we look at to say, oh, I need this other person to validate me, validate my sexiness, validate my confidence, or I'm doing it for them. Why? Do it for yourself. Because if you feel good and you smell good and you feel like comfortable, right? You can walk into a room and that's how you command your attention, because now your confidence is on the inside.
I like that. So one of my viewers asked, do you offer a variety box?
I don't, but I mean, we can talk.
Look, we might.
You might give me some ideas, right? I mean, I've only done 1 or 2 bottles, but I'm with it.
So tell the people how they can get your products, how they can find you. I know you're going to Atlanta this summer. Nobody told you. So she gonna miss the Bright Girls brunch. Y'all.
I know.
I really wanted her to be there, but maybe we'll have to fly you back out.
Yeah, I know. So to follow me, my information is ZenSkin, ZenSkinco, and that's on Instagram, Facebook, and that's my website as well. So ZenSkinco.com is where they can get their products.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And you said now you're going to be here for the next. Do you have any pop-ups?
Yes. So Sunday I will be at Brunch Better, and that's at For the Culture Studio, 115 North Carroll Avenue. She does have some tickets as well, but if you go to my Instagram, then you'll see that one. And then the last event that I'll have is May 25th. At the Pan African Connection on West Marsalis. So I'll be there from 7 to 10. For that event there. So it's really dope to come to pop-ups. Not only do you get to get the products, but I give special discounts. So everything is $3 off coming to the pop-ups. So you save some money, you come out, you meet me, you have a good time, and then just go from there.
All right. So. Y'all heard it here first. Well, maybe not first, but I like to say that y'all heard it here first. So thank you so much for joining me. I have had a good time. Let me tell you. I'm so mad that you're going to Atlanta.
I know.
Like, I feel like you shouldn't. But, we're not, we haven't established our friendship enough for me to tell you not to go. So, yeah, we don't, when you coming back? You don't know yet?
I don't know. So the thing is, my lease is up May 31st. And I was just like, well, I have the time now, and I knew I was going to be traveling, so why not go and build my business up? Yeah. I'm scared. I can say that. I'm definitely scared to go back because I've gotten to a point where now I'm networking, and I have a lot of people that I'm connected with here. Mm-hmm. So to go back to Atlanta, I've been doing this now full-time for 6 months, and now it's just, man, I got to now start over.
No, you're not. You're not starting over. You are expanding.
True.
You are tapping into a network that you already had. Don't look at it as starting over, because that's not what you're doing at all. It's not like you're going to lose us because we're in Dallas and you're in Atlanta.
Right.
So,
no, I love Dallas too much. But my plan right now is to stay for 2 months. And if God says, yo, I need you to stay a little bit longer, then I can do that, and I'll just stay and come back. But no, I got to come back. One of my stuff is going to be in storage here. So that's one thing that's going to help me, say, nah, you got to come back, because I don't want to keep paying storage.
Fair enough. Well, she'll be back.
I'll be back.
But Atlanta, if you're watching this, you need to follow my girl.
Yes.
ZenSkin Co. on Instagram, and where else?
Instagram, Facebook. The Facebook page is ZenSkin Co. And then my website as well, ZenSkinCo.com.
All right, y'all. Look, it's been Friday. It's been 4. It's 4, almost 5. So we're gonna get out of here. Again, if you are in Dallas, June 8th, I expect to see your face in the place. All right? That's what I want y'all to go ahead and click that link and get those tickets and come on to this brunch, because we're going to have a great time. And I'll be back next week with yet another lady in our tribe.
Yes.
So
I can't wait.
Yeah, we getting out here. All right. See y'all later.
Gotta work.
Slight work. I work.
D-Town to the
Slight work.
DMV.
Diplo, what's up?
Finally got your girl going crazy.
Drunk white bitches.